I grew up in a small town in Ohio, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone and the nights always seemed quieter than they should have been. My name is Emily Johnson, and I never considered myself someone who believed in ghosts. I had heard plenty of spooky tales from kids at school and even from my grandmother, who swore the house she grew up in was haunted, but to me, those were just stories meant to scare. At least, that's what I thought until one night when I heard a voice whisper to me in the dark. "Come here. I'll let you look, come closer." It all started in the fall of my sophomore year of college. I was home for the weekend, staying at my parents' house, which sat on the edge of town near the woods. The house wasn't old. It was built in the late 70s, but it had this strange atmosphere, especially at night. Maybe it was the way the trees cast long shadows across the yard, or how the wind rattled the window screens. I never thought much of it, but my younger brother, Mark, used to complain about hearing footsteps in the hallway when nobody was there. That Saturday evening, my parents went out for dinner with friends, leaving me and Mark home alone. He was 13 then, always glued to video games, and barely noticed when I told him I'd be in my room reading. I remember the air feeling oddly heavy that night, like the kind of weight that presses on your chest before a storm. Around midnight, I was lying in bed with my book when I heard it for the first time. A voice. Soft, low, almost like it was carried by the wind, but too close, too deliberate. It came from the hallway just outside my bedroom door. "Come here," it said. I froze, my eyes darting to the door. I thought maybe it was Mark trying to mess with me, but the voice wasn't his. It sounded older, rough, male. I called out, "Mark? Is that you?" Silence. I tried to shake it off. Maybe I was just tired. I went back to my book, but then, a few minutes later, it came again, clearer this time. "I'll let you look, come closer." My blood went cold. Those words weren't random. They were spoken like an invitation, like someone was waiting for me. Against every logical thought in my head, I got up, opened the door, and looked into the hallway. It was empty. The dim light from the bathroom nightlight cast faint shadows, but there was no one there. I checked on Mark. He was still in his room, headset on, laughing into his microphone while playing online. He hadn't left his game. I didn't tell him what I heard because I didn't want to freak him out, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something had just spoken to me. That was only the beginning. The next night, I was brushing my teeth when I saw something in the bathroom mirror. At first, I thought it was just my reflection, but behind me, just over my shoulder, there was a shadow. It wasn't shaped like a person exactly. It was taller, broader, like something stretched unnaturally. I spun around, heart pounding, but of course the room was empty. When I looked back at the mirror, the shadow was gone. I told myself it was just my imagination. Maybe the lighting played tricks. But as I turned out the bathroom light and stepped into the hall, I heard it again, this time almost right in my ear. "Closer," I screamed. Mark rushed out of his room, asking what happened, and I just shook my head, pretending it was nothing. But inside, I knew something was wrong in that house. Over the following weeks, it got worse. I'd wake up at night to hear whispering in my room. Sometimes I'd see movement out of the corner of my eye, shadows shifting when there was nothing to cast them. Once, while I was lying in bed, I felt pressure on my mattress, as if someone invisible had sat down beside me. And always the voice would follow. "Come here. I'll let you look." One evening, I finally confided in my grandmother. She was the type who believed in things others dismissed. When I told her about the whispers and the shadow, she grew quiet. Then she said something that made my skin crawl. "When I was your age, I heard the same voice." She explained that when she was a teenager, she used to hear a man's voice in her family's old farmhouse, calling her to come closer, saying he'd let her look. She never went to see what it was, but she believed it was something evil, something that wanted to trick her. She warned me never to answer it. But curiosity has a way of breaking people. One night, I did answer. It was past 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and the air in my room felt heavy, suffocating. I heard the whisper again, but this time it wasn't just words. It was coaxing, urgent. "Come here. You've waited long enough. I'll let you look. Come closer." I don't know why, but instead of hiding under the covers or running to wake my brother, I whispered back, "What do you want?" For the first time, the voice laughed. A deep, hollow laugh that made my skin prickle. The shadows in the corner of my room began to shift, slowly stretching upward like something was standing there, watching. My body went rigid, and before I could scream, the voice spoke again. "You'll see soon enough." From that night on, the activity in the house escalated. Doors would slam on their own. Lights flickered even when the bulbs were new. Mark started hearing the whispers too, though he wouldn't admit it right away. The final straw came a week later when I woke up to find writing on my bedroom mirror. Foggy words, as if written by a finger. "Look closer." At that point, my parents couldn't deny something was happening. They had the house blessed, and for a while, things quieted down. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear the faintest echo when the wind moves through the trees outside my window. "Come here, I'll let you look." And every time, I wonder, what would have happened if I had gone closer?